Hello and welcome back to another episode review of Hollyoaks. Today's been a good episode. I really can't believe Summer's convinced Liberty that she's the one that killed Leah during the accident when Liberty was on the run and Leah was in the woods playing the assassin's game with Yaz, Tom and everyone else. And obviously Leah whacked her without knowing, thinking that it was actually Summer after her. Summer's weakened Liberty's mind so much. She's managed to drag Liberty away from the woods during that time. She's managed to escape and then convince her she's a killer. I didn't understand at first why Summer was baking a cake, but that's obviously to convince Lib that Leah's passed away. And she obviously handwritten a card for Leah, keeping up the pretense for Liberty while she's in hostage. Liberty did find another card and she wrote it in her handwriting, and she did it in I think she dotted the I with a heart so someone would know that's Liberty's handwriting, such as Sienna. Liberty was also saying she needs to come forward to the police, as in her head she has killed Leah. Then Summer smiling such a way as if this is all funny to her. Liberty is a clown for believing her. That's what Summer thinks. This actually got under my skin. Now, what do you guys think? This does really get under my skin as a viewer. I'm sorry, but keeping in Liberty in hostage for this long is just unrealistic. She looks clean, so where does she shower in that room if she's locked up in that school? I don't know. Ella has been completely outcasted by the village, and let's not forget, guys, she was actually groomed when she was a child by Jordan's boss. This all happened last year. She was forced to sell drugs as a child. She's innocent. What happened with Jordan was actually her trying to save Charlie from Jordan. I think there was a bit of a kerfuffle going on around the table. Ella grabbed a knife from the kitchen, thinking if she does not do anything, then something's going to happen to Charlie. So she was actually trying to protect Charlie. So there's a lot of misunderstanding during that scene. I do feel Ella's been punished for something she didn't deserve. Do I think what she did was unnecessary as Jordan? Yeah, that I do think that, but she's still a child and she saw danger, especially what she's experienced during the time she was working for these monsters. She was punished for something she was forced into, and as a child, I don't think this is fair. The only person I think did not handle all this well, and morally as well, was Mandy, because she's the one to blame, if anything. She made sure Charlie was punished for this, and even asked him to keep quiet during video calls when he was at prison. Come on. I used to really like Mandy, but this just made the character unlikable for her. Even in today's episode, she's doing the best she can for Ella, but Mandy always has a way of going behind people's backs to solve something. Darren and Nancy made it perfectly clear they don't want Charlie and Ella going anywhere near each other. But Mandy asking Charlie to go to visit Ella and supervising them was just sneaky as anything. This girl knows how to move sly, guys. Like, what the heck? I think Mandy needs to act better than this. I get it, she wants the best for her daughter, but as Tom even said to her, she needs to learn from her previous mistakes. And she always uses the same excuse: Ella is my daughter and my priority to justify her actions. Her emotions are just all over the place, and it seems like she really has no self-control. And even like today, she called Ella a killer towards the end when she was juggling Darren at the time, when he caught obviously Charlie and Ella hanging out. It was just all out of order based on Ella's situation with being groomed and ultimately leading to this. I don't think it was called for. Darren's also seeing Mandy's not being able to keep calm, and it's just sending him more alarm signals to keep Charlie away from like Mandy and Ella. Earlier you had Steve even, calling Ella a killer right in front of her, but Mandy has criticised his parental skills. So, but there's just a way of going about it. I think everyone is just kind of reacting from Mandy's lack of self-control. I don't know what you guys think about all this, but I also think Tom could have been a bit more nicer to his niece Ella. I think he needs to show that maturity towards her. I get obviously what he's thinking about her, but at the end of the day, it's his niece, and what happened to her. Again, she was groomed. I said it for the third time now, especially with her being family, and I would have expected him to understand her situation. You know, Tom has hardships in himself when he was a child in the village. Right, moving on. Cindy and Luke's sister Zara going through each letter of their mum, then Cindy telling Zara they can't tell Luke about any of this. I don't know, I just find this tedious now. Cindy's hiding anything she can from Luke because she doesn't want him stressing in his condition. Then persuading Zara to keep quiet as well, when she's got no right to. Whatever these letters are, his mum was sending back and forth to a prisoner who was involved in the attack of Luke. He needs to know, period. Cindy's got no right hiding things again. Like, she paid Ollie to go off thinking it will protect him, like Luke, but it stressed him out even more. And now Ollie's returned after a long time. Cindy's doing more antics behind Luke's back. I think Cindy and Mandy being sisters definitely shows, because Luke found the visiting orders in the treasure box. Something Cindy actually didn't spot. She just spotted the letters. And he went to confront Cindy. Her and Zara, who was persuaded obviously by Cindy, they both made Luke to believe his dementia made up that discovery. I mean, how low can you go? I just don't have any words on this. What do you guys think? I just feel Luke will be stressing more trying to figure out the visiting orders than just telling him straight in the first place. If Cindy and Zara just tell him, he's going to stress himself over this, I can guarantee you guys. Verity and Shaq are clearly falling for each other. And it's nothing going to be pretty when Sammy finds out. Teresa's going to be dragged as well, because obviously she's got involved with Shaq now. I do think if anything happens behind Sammy and Teresa's back, it's going to be completely selfish of Shaq and Verity. You know, finally to finish off, I think Teresa was actually hilarious today. You know, her reaction of the ring that Verity received from Sammy. Yeah, I don't know why, that was just absolutely funny. And obviously her analysis of the Showcase Girls, Verity's favourite movie. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to bring you consistent content. Hit that like button and comment below on your thoughts on today's episode.